The Rat and the Elephant. There was once a little rat who was very proud of himself. To be honest, he did not have that much to be proud of at all, because he was a rat, and we all know what rats are like. Anyway, one day this proud little rat was scurrying along from one farm to another, looking for more grain to steal, when he saw a huge procession coming up the road. There were trumpets sounding, drums beating, cymbals clashing. The rat knew very well who this must be. It was the king and all his retinue of courtiers. He could see the king now, riding high on a huge elephant. The elephant was adorned with glowing gold and glittering jewels. And with the king, high in his royal howdah, there were the king's dog and the king's cat. Dozens of people stood at the roadside in awe of the sumptuous beauty of the king's elephant, gasping in admiration as he passed by. As the rat came closer, no one in the crowd even noticed he was there, so entranced were they by the magnificence and splendour of the king's elephant. The rat was most upset. If there was one thing he hated, it was being ignored. Bum, 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 bum. His pride was hurt.
Nincompoops!
He cried.
You're a bunch of ignorant nincompoops! What is the matter with you? Is it because the king's elephant is so big and lumpy and clumsy that you admire him so? Or is it because of his plodding feet, or his weepy eyes, or his wrinkly old hide? Look at me! I've got 4 legs like him, haven't I? 2 ears, 2 eyes. So I'm just as important as he is, aren't I? Look at me!
Just then, the king's cat did look at him, and he did not like rats, not one bit. He sprang down off the howdah and was after the cat, chasing him along the ditch until... Well, I won't tell you exactly what happened. You'll just have to imagine it. One thing's for sure, though. The proud little rat found out he was not quite as important as he thought he was. Oof, that was rough for the rat. What did we think of that little Aesop fable? Thank you for listening to Day 5. Hope you're enjoying opening these doors. What did we think about the moral of that story? I have a few things that I would like to say about that one, but you get active in the comments first. Share your thoughts and feelings, and then I'll have my say next time, I think. Thank you for all the praise, all the comments. Really, really wonderful. A few of you had some thoughts on the morals of The Lion and the Mouse. Sun Young said, don't judge people by their appearances. Great lesson. Julia said that it costs nothing to be kind, and that usually that kindness can come back to you. Alexandria said, I honestly believe we all have something to offer in our own individual ways, manners, gifts, skill sets and ingenuity, also to show mercy and compassion as we need it ourselves, no matter what part of the food chain or totem pole we sit. And Alison said, maybe it's not true, but I've always understood that strength and a huge body aren't everything needed. Absolutely. And don't judge a book by its cover. Don't jump to conclusions. And perhaps a lesson about humility as well. The lion was so proud and pompous in the beginning. I'm a mighty king of the beasts, what are you? And then the mouse comes dashing out of the forest, saves his life. So don't get too big for your boots either, Mr. Lion. Great story. And some super comments on yesterday's reading as well, The Crow and the Jug. It was such a short one, but I really enjoyed it. And I'm glad someone commented on the music as well, that they'd particularly enjoyed that one. I was really pleased with how I felt the music matched the story with The Crow and the Jug as well. So great stuff. A couple of you were saying how clever crows are, absolutely, and that you'd want the crow as your friend on your team if you were in a difficult spot, saying that you thought the crow was smarter than you were. I felt the same, honestly. And I liked how someone was saying the crow needs to learn some humility, that self-praise. And that was how I was feeling as well. But somebody else commented, and rightfully so, I think. The Angel of Nine said, the crow is smart, knows he is smart, and is not afraid to admit it. Good for you, crow. We could all use a bit more pride in our own accomplishments. And yeah, there's something to be said there as well. You can certainly be too proud, but I think a lot of the time we can be too scared or under pressure to really downplay our own achievements as well. So yeah, do take some pride in yourself. Things that you think you've done well and things that you've got to offer. Value yourself. It's so, so important. So thank you so much for listening today. Please do leave a like on the video. Share these around. Come back for day 6. I'm really enjoying sharing these stories with you. And I'll read to you soon.